Was there a need to remove Ingenious Hunter as a rune? To some degree, yes. So here's the issue with Ingenious Hunter. For those of you who don't know, Ingenious Hunter is the rune that made your item cooldowns get lower. Here's a question to think about is, if there is something in your game that is incredibly powerful and incredibly unpopular, is that good for the game? And then also, let's extend that. What if there is something that's incredibly powerful, incredibly unpopular, and not just powerful, but very unfair when you do take it? So as an example of this, you know, some people, what is that Sunfire Cape item? Is it Hollow Radiance? There's a lot of people who are saying like, Hollow Radiance sucks because its cooldown is too high, but it has to be high because if you take Ingenious Hunter, it's actually good, right? And that was probably actually to some degree true. It's like, oh, well, it's hard to tune Hollow Radiance's cooldown around people who don't take Ingenious Hunter, most of them, and the people who use the cheat code of taking Ingenious Hunter and then just win because they took Ingenious Hunter. And so Ingenious Hunter created this problem where it made it harder to tune item cooldowns, because if you took Ingenious Hunter, a lot of item cooldowns would go into degeneracy territory. But then at the same time, it wasn't something anybody took. And so basically you had this situation where a lot of characters and items potentially had to be balanced around a rune that nobody wanted to take. And so at that place, in that point, you kind of have to ask yourself the question of like, is that rune adding value or is it just creating balance problems, right? Another one like this was Minion Dematerializer. It's like, should a character's wave clear be balanced around the fact that if you're smart and take an unsatisfying rune, Minion Dematerializer, you can wave clear, and if you don't do that, you can't, right? Like, and so it's kind of a thing where it's like, what do you do as a designer about systems that kind of break patterns and are very powerful, but are very, very underpicked for whatever reason, usually due to a satisfaction kind of standpoint.